Welcome back to Better Living. Well, it's 2 for 1 now because I've been joined by two men here who are going to tell us about some exciting things. Norm from Stormin Normans and Dennis Gable from the Zenobia Shriners.
That's correct.
I actually said it correctly. The world is obviously coming to a swift end. The Zenobia Shriners do some fantastic things in our area. Let's just start with that first. Tell me what the Shriners do for some people less fortunate.
Okay, well, first of all, the Shriners are all Masons, and Shriners like to have a good time, and most of the time people will see us out in parades.
Yes.
We have units of parades, we have the clowns, we have the F-Zones, we have the hillbillies, we have the little red cars, it's called the Lancers, we got the Hornets, the little scooters, we've got all sorts of Legion of Honor members, so we've got a lot of units that like to parade, and that brings attention to the Shriners. What the Shriners do, though, is probably not as well known as some of the others that we hospital-wise, but we operate 22 hospitals for children here in the United States and North America. And by that, we serve orthopedic care in 2 of the hospitals locally here, locally meaning that we serve from Zenobia. And then we also have a burns unit that we handle in Cincinnati. We transport patients to Chicago and Erie, Pennsylvania for Shriners Hospitals for children there. And then we also transport patients to Cincinnati for burns, but they also do a lot of surgery more related to plastic and cosmetic because they're very well skilled in that. And what the Shriners here in Toledo do in Northwest Ohio, because we serve Northwest Ohio, what we do is we basically have events, we do activities, we have a good time, and we support the hospitals in our system. And it's a big time. The thing about it is when we have patients that go for service, there's no additional cost to the parents for them to have their child served in one of what we feel is one of the best hospital systems around.
That's so important because what a stressful time. And I am so fortunate to, my trips to the hospital with my kids have been very minimal and very short-lived. But for a parent who is already in such a stressful situation, if they're having to deal with and think about money issues and how much it's going to cost on top of it, I think that would just put me straight over the edge.
Yeah, and that's what we're able to do. And we provide the care. We provide the service. But we also provide not just to the patient, but to the family. We provide the services and help them to understand what it is they're doing, why they're doing it, and how we can best support them in that. So when they leave, we do go through the insurance because it does help our cause, but there is no additional cost to the parents. And if the child needs to be seen, we make it available for them. We transport patients. I just went to Chicago yesterday. We transport patients to their appointment and we bring them back. And so the parents really don't have to make that drive. So that saves them the frustration of the drive as well. So there's a lot of good things we do. And if you ever have any questions, just call Zenobia Shrine and we can answer it. People set up their own appointments, and if we cannot serve their needs, then we will let them know that right up front.
It's a great support system to offer to people that are in a difficult situation. Well, in order to do that, you need assistance from area businesses, assistance from our community, and that's where Norm has stepped in. We're going to talk about the event in just a minute, but Norm, why get involved with the Shriners?
Well, we look at the community as things that they need, and we try to help the community out as best we can. So I feel that, like in this case here, the Zenobia Shriners are actually helping Seagate Food Bank. So we're stepping up and helping them as well, because bringing food in for people that need and other things like that are very important to us. So if we can help out somebody in the area or an organization, we try to as best as we can.
You're just good neighbors. You're a good neighbor to people in our community.
Yes.
Let's talk about this event that is coming up. It is this weekend?
It is this weekend. It'll be Saturday. Norm has stepped up and allowed us to use his location because we can't do it if we don't have a spot that's very noticeable. And it's going to be from noon to 3 o'clock. And we're asking people to bring any kind of goods, goods that would be acceptable for the Seagate Food Bank to collect and then distribute out to those in need. The idea for us to be involved in is we think that what the Seagate Food Bank has done in the community is just an outstanding, outstanding thing. And I noticed just the other day there's a little publicity on clothing that they hand out and things. And I know that they don't just necessarily hand out the food themselves, but they're kind of like a collection agency in which other groups who do distribute can have access to some of the materials that the neighbors and families need. And we have a lot of needy people in this, in our area here.
I think that people don't realize how great the need is on that end, and how many kids are going home for the weekend from school, and they're not going to have a good meal until they go back to school on Monday, and it's a serious situation.
It is very serious, and our involvement with it, and we really appreciate Stormin Norman's for stepping in and allow us to be a part of this, is the fact that what we can do is we have a circus coming up next week, and we can also encourage people to bring donations out because Seagate has allowed us to offer 4 tickets that if they come in and donate something, they'll get a registration form, and their names will be submitted then for a drawing later. For a family pack, 4 tickets to one of the performances at the circus next week.
That's great, because who doesn't like to go to the circus? I feel like my life is a circus sometimes, though. Hey, we're going to talk more about the event and what all you can see if you come out this weekend, and also what Norm has going on at Stormin Norman. Stick with us. We'll be right back on WNWO. Welcome back to Better Living. I am still here with not Norm Gable. I just gave you Dennis's last name, for the love of Pete. Cool. I'm here with Norm from Stormin Norman's and Dennis Gable from the Zenobia Shriners. And we're talking about the event that's coming up this Saturday at Stormin Norman's in the parking lot. You guys are going to be collecting food for the Seagate Food Bank, which is a fantastic service. They provide food for so many agencies in our area, and it's definitely something that is needed. Now, you were saying if people come by and they maybe they're just out, maybe they're shopping at Stormin Norman's and they don't have any food with them, you can donate money, and 100% of that is going to the food bank.
Absolutely. Everything that we collect that day is going to go straight to the food bank, and they're going to benefit from whatever contribution can be made. And of course, if you can't run to the grocery store or bring stuff from home, cash works just as well, checks, and that will all go straight to the food bank for them to use as they need them to be done.
It really doesn't take much from each person. I mean, you know, $5 from a couple thousand people, it makes a huge difference.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely.
People just need to, you know, be open to giving, I think, is what we need to remember, that we need to be open to helping our community like you're doing. Now, if people come, there is something they get back for this.
Well, yes. First of all, we mentioned the registration for a pack, a family pack of tickets for the circus. But they also will get a coupon that's worth $5 off a ticket, probably up to 4 tickets that they can get for the circus, which is coming next week.
And everybody loves the Shriner Circus. I mean, that is a fun place to, I was going to say to take your kids, but I've known adults that have gone without any children.
Yeah, well, that's right. And the circus is a good time. The Shriner Circus is next week. It starts Thursday the 19th. It's one performance on Thursday. We have a performance Friday at 4 and 7:30. And Saturday, we have 3 performances, 11, 3, and 7 o'clock. And then Sunday is the last day, and the performances are at 1 o'clock and 5.
Lots of opportunities for people to get down there. If people are coming on Saturday, it's great for them to come and donate food or donate money, but they can also find some great things at Stormin Norman's. It can be like a dual-purpose trip, which I love. I can knock 2 birds out with 1 stone.
Absolutely.
Figuratively, not literally. Let's tell them what they can find at Stormin Norman's on Saturday.
Well, Stormin Norman's going to offer a lot of discounts and promotions. We might even have some giveaways. I'm going to go in the vault and see what kind of stuff I can pass out, like coffee cups or whatever. So please stop in and check that out. Also, it's a good chance for people to check out the flea market and see if they want to set up a booth. It's an opportunity for some people to maybe start a small business inside and get their feet wet.
For somebody who's maybe new to the area, hasn't heard of Stormin Norman's, tell them what all you have there.
Stormin Norman's is a flea market, but it's also a consignment shop. We have quite a variety of antiques, appliances, furniture, We have some clothing. We have new and used items, and a good variety, clean and durable products. And of course, for location, we're on the corner of Alexis and Lewis, and all you have to do is look for our big yellow truck out front.
Yes, and I know when you've come in, you've brought some very unique items, and you've run the gamut of things you can find, everything from tools to, you know, collector glassware.
Correct. And we keep finding more and more items. We're searching around trying to get the best value and offer that value right to the customer. So we don't mark up our goods very much, and we try to represent a good discount program for the customers to save money, because sometimes, just like we're helping Seagate Food Bank out, there are a lot of folks that are on hard times that can't afford a lot. So it's a good place to come to see what you can find to fit your needs.
If somebody is interested in getting a booth and they think, oh, that's perfect for me, I've been doing these crafts, or I've got whatever, how quickly, if they call you or come down to see you, how quickly can they get that started?
Normally within 1 or 2 days we can get you in, and it's as low as $10 a day or $110 a month for just a 10 by 10 booth. And then coming up in the next month when the weather changes and gets nice, we're going to have outside booths for $10 to $15 a booth.
I was just going to ask about it outside once it gets warmer. Is that something you have out every weekend? I mean, the entire time you're open, or is it like just on Saturdays during the warmer months?
We have it actually. Most folks don't want to set up a booth outside in the bad weather. So as we get warmer, we do allow people to set up, but anytime anyone wants to do it, we can arrange that. And it's a good opportunity. And if you have a garage sale at home and you don't want to do it at home and have people trample through your house or your garage, set it up at our place. We'll give you a nice area, you know, for a minimal amount of money, and you have a lot more exposure.
Well, that's just it. You get a ton. There are a lot more people coming through Stormin Norman's on any given day than there are coming through my neighborhood. Let's give everybody the details again about this weekend's event. The Zenobia Shriners food drive for the Seagate Food Bank is going to be Saturday at Stormin Norman's, which is at the corner of Alexis and Lewis. See, look at me. I'm remembering everything. It's so good. What times can people come by and donate?
We hope to have everything up and running by noon, and we're going to close her down at 3, so we have a 3-hour block of time. We'll be right out in front of Norman's, Stormin Norman's, but if you have trouble finding his truck, the food bank truck will be there as well, and we will have some of our parade units there. So hopefully you ought to be able to figure it out by locating us by what our visibility there.
You won't be able to miss all the activity, I'm sure. Not that you can miss that big yellow truck either. You can't miss that. Get to Stormin Norman's this weekend for great deals and for a great cause. We'll be right back on Better Living.
Thank you, Charity.